Hi everyone, it's Margaret and I'm doing my series of bridal makeup but of course I have to always put my little inspiration and spin on it. I'm going to be doing more of a couture um, runway version of a bridal makeup. I'm going to also be doing some more realistic makeup looks for bridal in the series, but I'm going to start off with a more runway version of it. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to take Yuri's foundation to a very clean, smooth, milky texture because I want to definitely make this look very ethereal. And so what I'm doing here is just giving her a full coverage foundation and just really making sure everything looks really even and milky. Yuri has much more of a pale olivey tone, so I really am bringing out, still keeping the warmth of the olive tones and the yellows in her skin, but also more pale. And I'm working all the way down the neck and everything in the jawline. So you want to make sure everything looks really good and just really evened out. And this is definitely for photos. So I want to make sure that everything looks really, really solid in terms of her coverage. So I'm going to just do the last of my little coverage with a little bit more concealer. And I'm just going to go over that. So now really what I'm doing is now setting the skin and doing my final touch-ups. And I'm going to go underneath and set the underneath the eyes and add a little bit more extra because I'm going to be using shadows and things like that. So I don't want anything to fall on the face. So I'm taking my wedge sponge and just giving it a nice little set. And then I'm taking my complexion brush and see how I'm smoothing everything out and really setting the skin so it looks really, really even and smooth. And that's really, really important to do when you're doing this type of or any kind of makeup really, but this type of look in particular, you want to make sure that everything looks smooth. So I'm taking this very pearl color shadow and I'm going to go right underneath the brow bone and highlight the brow bone area. And you see I'm just going all the way from start to finish from the circumference of the brows. So I'm taking a very gold, kind of this very muted milky gold color shadow, and I'm going to go all over the full lid with this. And it's a very neutral look, but it's very intense and it has a lot of glamour to it, even though it's very subtle and very sheer in the color tones. But I think when you see when I'm done, you'll see how still dramatic it is, and it's so beautiful, and I love this. And I actually saw something very similar to this look that made me very inspired to do something like this. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is definitely a really edgy look, still keeping it very soft, very edgy at the same time, and great for a bridal look. So see, I'm taking now the sandy color, kind of muted color brown, but very soft. So it all kind of falls into that really highlighted soft tone to what I'm using without making it look so dramatically dark. But it's a brownish tinge with a very milky shimmer color, and that really accents very beautifully with the gold and the pearl highlight, and yet still creates a nice gradation. So now I'm going to use that same brown color in the crease that I use and line the underneath of the eyes, and then I'm going to take a contour color and just go right in as well over that, and just to give it a little bit more depth. And I'm going to use the same contour and go right onto the cheekbones and just create a nice neutral contoured look, but nothing too heavy. I want everything to still have a softness to this look. So now I'm going to go with a little bit of a milky highlighted powder, but this one doesn't have a whole lot of shimmer. It's just more milky and lighter. And I'm just going to go right on top of the cheekbone, and just to give it a little bit more lift to the look. And also blend out the contour in the cheeks a little bit more, just to kind of make everything all cohesive. So I'm going to take this brownish powder, brow powder, And I'm going to go and just draw into Yuri's brows and just make them a little bit fuller and just give them a little bit more depth to them without over drawing out her brows. I don't want her brows to be so heavy. I want it to have that natural feel. So I'm taking my mustache brush and just blending it in now. And I like the powder because powders definitely create a much more natural tone to the brows, whereas pencils can be a little bit heavy. So I'm taking my complexion brush now and just blending everything in because I don't want this to have a heaviness. So I'm taking some black mascara, and this is really key when you're using very light colors to the eyes. Make sure you use a really super dark mascara because that really adds support and adds payout to everything. So, and if you like my techniques and you want to learn how to do much more intensified training of an application of makeup, you can go to my website at www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. I have an amazing online training. You can also come to LA and do in-person training. You can also do a blended training. There's so many ways, and it's very affordable, and we have a lot of different options. And we also have a portfolio building workshop. If you are a pro and you want to build a portfolio, you can definitely do that. But you have to come to LA for that. So anyway, so here I'm finishing up. She had a little bit of a tear come out, so I fixed it immediately. So here's the drama part. I'm adding this super dark kind of um, eggplant aubergine color with a little bit of merlot mixed into it, color lip, and see how this just will add super drama to this whole look without taking away the softness from the eyes. And this is really what gives it that edginess, and I think what makes it a little bit more haute couture rather than, you know, just a regular conventional look. This is, but still, it's so wearable, and if you're wanting to do something, you know, for your wedding that's a little bit more different and still very classic, I think this is still a beautiful look. I don't think that you'll regret doing this at all, especially if you're taking black and white pictures. Um, you know, for me, this is such a very classic look and very chic, and I think I would definitely recommend it. And you can even use this makeup look for when you go out and you have something really amazing to wear, like a nice couture outfit. This is really nice too. But definitely try something new and different, and yet something that stays classical for your makeup. So now I'm adding my finishing touches. I'm just adding a little bit more contour color in the crease. And there you have it. This is my Runway inspired blushing bride. And at the end you'll see a picture of the whole look. So definitely try it out. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and stay tuned for much more looks. Bye.